folks, this is Dumock the Artist coming at you once again from my hidden bunker deep within the bowels of the city. And recently there was actually a Tea Party rally in which a gentleman by the name of Tim Scott proclaimed that Christians are the greatest minority under assault today. I'm reading from an article. I'll post a link in the crotch bar. Completely ignoring that Christians outnumber and persecute the LGBT community and Muslims in the United States on an almost daily basis. But apparently Scott seems to think it's the other way around. Now, just really fast, this concept of the persecution complex is very unfortunately common within fundamentalist Christian circles, where essentially it's the whole dualistic us versus them, oh poor us, look at us, we're so persecuted, we're so harassed. I mean, never mind the fact that that for the most part Christians are 78.4% of the population here in the United States. That's including Catholics and Protestants and various other groups that identify themselves as Christians as well as evangelicals. But what really is appalling is that fundamentalist Christians want to tell everybody else how to live their lives, whom they should pray to, whom they should marry, whom they should love, etc. and so on. But they don't stop to think for a minute that people would naturally get upset when a bunch of busybodies that have nothing better to do with their lives try to meddle in affairs that don't pertain to them. The fact of the matter is, if you feel like you're being persecuted, you might want to stop for a minute and think, gee, what am I doing wrong? Think about this for a minute. Yes, Jesus did say that if they hated me, they will hate you too. Yes, I've heard that before. But what was the difference between the way Jesus acted in the New Testament and the way evangelical Christians conduct themselves now? There's a vast difference between the two. Jesus was actually talking to the powers that be, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, that were exploiting religion in order to oppress the people, in order to gain their political position and their money and their power and their prestige. Not so different from the way evangelicals are acting now. They don't necessarily try to tell us what to do because they actually care about us. They're doing it because, quite frankly, they want to empower themselves at the expense of everything else, which is the very thing Jesus taught against. Now, I know a lot of you are scratching your heads saying, well, why are you talking about Jesus when he's the source of the problem? The thing is, he's not necessarily the source of the problem. It's his followers that seem to ignore the teachings that he gave as far as compassion and forgiveness and mercy towards people that are different than you are. Jesus ate with tax collectors and sinners according to the story, and yet here are these people that see absolutely no problem with bullying gay kids until these kids commit suicide. Alright? And let's be honest here. I personally see this whole persecution bullshit as a reaction to Christian bad behavior. That people are sick and tired of the lies. They're sick and tired of the manipulation. They're sick and tired of the harassment. People are sick and tired of all the garbage that fanatical fundamentalist Christians put people through. Now, I have to say this. There are fanatics in all religions that are annoying, stupid, ignorant, and just downright rude. But to say that you're being persecuted for God is absolute foolishness. You're being persecuted, quote unquote, because you're trying to have rights that nobody else in this country has. You want to forbid people from engaging in their First Amendment rights by marrying each other? You want to forbid their First Amendment freedom to practice their religion as they see fit because you don't agree with it? Well, who the fuck are you? Let's be honest here. You're not being singled out. You single yourselves out. People don't have to try and dig up dirt on you people when you consistently fling it at everybody else. So in the words of a very wise man, check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is Dumock the Artist signing off. Slanchini Falcha. Have a nice day.